Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Facebook Live. It is the 11th of February, year 2026. I cannot believe it was a short while ago we were saying Happy New Year, and almost a month has passed of this new year. So good evening, everyone. Let me get started by welcoming our panel today. Today we have Lakshmi, who is a session leader in our workshops whenever we host workshops on mantra chanting. She has her own meditation group that she runs on Tuesdays, as well as she hosts a talk once a month. She also joins our group meditation every week. So good evening, Lakshmi. Thank you so much for joining.
Good evening.
Good evening. And then we have Patricia here, who's part of our core group of meditators. With that, I also wanted to do a public service announcement. I don't think all the Facebook Livers actually joined the group meditation. I have to work this Friday, so the group meditation may be shorter. It may be just like our meditation, and then we may watch a video or something. Let me choose my question. I have like a plethora of okay. I guess, Lakshmi, since you have done energy work, I will ask this question. This question actually, so what I've been doing is I've been to feed our Facebook Live. I've been listening to Eckhart's Q&As, and I've been listening to Dr. Joe's Q&As, and I've been picking some interesting questions that maybe will kind of start dialogue over here. So somebody asked Dr. Joe, Lakshmi, they said they have negative energies that get stuck in them. This is paraphrasing them. So when they're deep in meditation in the void, these negative energies come up and they feel like they get like the energies get stuck in them. So what would be his advice? What would be Dr. Joe's advice? You're going deeper and deeper into meditation, and then suddenly you feel like attack of negative energy upon you. I don't know. I have never experienced this, but I don't know if people experience it. That's why it is an unusual experience that I want to talk about. And I have my own interpretation of what that is. If you want to speak to it, Lakshmi.
So I never had that experience, nor I heard of anyone, but then it is very common for people to absorb other people's energy, especially if you are an empath. It's very easy for you to just go into a grocery store to buy milk, and maybe you have some people with heavy energy around you, and without you even knowing, you probably absorb their energy. So that is very common. I myself experienced that once. I went to the library, to the spiritual book section, and all of a sudden an anxiety attack came over me. I'm like, what happened? I'm standing here in the spiritual section, and why am I feeling this anxiety? So then later I realized maybe somebody with heavy energy was there before me who was seeking something, and I absorbed the energy. So what I do is every day I almost do this exercise, is to return everybody's energy back to themselves. with greater blessings for having the interaction with my soul. That means returning everyone better than I have found them. So I do this exercise on a regular basis. Um, Everyone, because I go to schools and I meet so many people on everyday basis. So I'm constantly blessing everybody, but I'm saying this that I return everyone back to themselves with greater blessings for having the interaction with my soul. That means I am not absorbing anyone's energy and I'm returning it back to them in a better condition. If they interacted with me in any way. So, and I also see them as formless aspect, not just as form aspect. So I also say that the higher self in me connects to the higher self in everybody right now that I see. So that is also one way to cut the cords with if you have absorbed any energy from negative people. And because I do energy healing work, I call in Archangel Michael because he is known to cut the cords. If there are any negative people, I just say, Archangel Michael, help me cut the cords if I have any negative cords with anyone. So um, those are the techniques I use, Poonam. So um, I don't know exactly um, of the experience how it would feel that when you are in deep in meditation and then suddenly you have this negative um, things come up. I don't have any idea. In fact, a girl actually came to me recently. She said first time she interacted with a friend of hers, she came home and she ended up having a throat pain. She thought, okay, maybe I caught up some bug somewhere, so she let it go. And the second time she interacted with that girl, she again ended up with throat pain. This time also she let it go. And the third time she interacted, she ended up with throat pain. She then knew that she was absorbing the energy of this girl who was going through a lot, who was going through a lot of pain. So, so it is possible that if you are a kind person who feels really deeply for others and who you are not protecting yourself enough, it's possible that you are absorbing other people's energy, and you need to do that inner work by grounding yourself. That is one more thing that I do. I ground myself constantly by grounding yourself and staying in the present moment, like to your true self. um, all of that, not absorbing any negative energy.
Beautiful.
That's it, Poonam. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Infinite gratitude, always full of insights and wisdom. Beautifully said, Lakshmi. So, like you said, you're going to the grocery store. They may be. I feel there are certain areas in your city as well. When you pass through that area, they may be negative energies, right?
True. True.
I think Russell Brand and Eckhart, when they were having conversation, I've talked about it on Facebook Live, that Russell Brand said that there's something called panpsychism, which is like certain areas are heavy in negative energy. So she may have to look at, she or he, I think it was a she, this person may have to look where they live. Maybe they live in an area that is steeped in negativity, right? You don't
Possible.
know. Maybe there's like a bar next to her, or like whatever area she lives in. It would be
Yeah.
a good idea to audit the area that a person lives in when they are attacked by negative energy. Then if we take Eckhart's teachings, it could also be. Now, I mean, I'm saying but that person may, or we may have a heavy pain body.
Yeah.
Now we are going deep in the void. So
Mm-hmm.
now we are getting into stillness, and now that pain body is getting dislodged.
Yeah.
So what is that dislodged pain body going to do? It's going to attract. It's like people don't realize negative attracts negative. It's not opposites attract.
Mm-hmm.
So once we are like the pain body's getting dislodged, the negative energy we can attract negative energies. So my suggestion to the person would be is like try other methods of like shorter meditations so that you're dislodging your pain body and doing the physical cleanse as well. Like I really I mean, my greatest struggle for the past 10 years has been losing weight, right? And then I'm at that menopausal stage that losing weight, my whatever this thing. And everybody's talking, Oprah is talking about GLP-1 drugs. Everybody's talking about GLP-1 drugs, right? I will not go anywhere near those drugs, how much ever attractive they sound, because Anthony Williams' protocol does not allow any kind of foreign medication into your body, right? Even taking Advil, I kind of feel weird taking Advil if I'm in pain. So leave alone any GLP drugs or diabetic medication or any kind of medication. So I really, really trust the cleansing part of the protocol. I know Patricia will speak to it, but I can say the past 5 years, it's not 5, 6 years. So 2002, 2006, it's almost now going to be 6 years. The cleansing of the protocol is so strong that it supports the whole spiritual path. It supports being in presence, not having that pain body. So what I would recommend the person, and this is something that Dr. Joe was not able to speak to, but I would strongly, strongly recommend people that they start on, learn the 369 cleanse by Medical Medium and go through the 369 cleanse, because then you're losing the negativity in your own body. Or you can do 369 cleanse or any kind of water fast, whatever kind of cleansing protocol you want to go through. You can do a juice fast. Patricia and I are going to talk about Anthony William, but you can do whatever. I'm not attached to my protocol. Do a protocol that will cleanse your body so that you can release your pain body, which will be attracting the negative energy. And that is what Dr. Joe also suggested to that person, that throughout the day, they need to monitor what is their thought process, right? How much negative emotional thinking and emotional being they're doing that is causing the attraction of the negative energy. Which reminds me, when we go to Dr. Joe's retreats, right? A lot of people, like when you're in a 7-day retreat or a 4-day retreat, 7 days, I feel sometimes people are having mystical experiences, but I feel sometimes people are just yelling, because they're releasing their pain body. Right? They'll start crying and they'll bawl like as though, oh my God, such heaviness. Like they'll go on a walking meditation and they'll cry, like their whole shirt front will be full of tears. They'll cry that much, right? All that is release of the pain body, right? So that helps too. So go attend Dr. Joe's 7-day retreat so that you can cleanse. It's more of a cleansing, right? And then you won't get this negativity. With that, let me go to Patricia. Go ahead, Patricia. And Lakshmi, say something if you think of something, right? Feel free to interrupt us. Go ahead, Patricia. Thank you.
So yeah, I agree with both of you so much. That's the energy is there. We don't see it, but we definitely feel it. And I heard it from many sources that before you even start talking to the person, your body, your energies communicate. So, and I experienced it many times when someone walks into the room or you walk into some place, you sometimes it's like, oh, you feel so comfortable, like you know the place, or you can't wait to get out of somewhere when you've never been there before. So that definitely is. So if that happens in the physical space and we are, our bodies are physical, so I'm sure that we carry that energy too, negative, or we are able to absorb it. And I watched, there was I forget his name, but there was one of I think there was someone that Tony Robbins had one of his retreats and stuff, and now he started his own like a program and stuff about cleansing energy. So cleanse you, do some stuff to cleanse your energy, to then to protect your energy, and to raise your energy. So there's 3 different activities that you need to do. Obviously daily, like Lakshmi said, we absorb energy. It just happens. We can't really control it, right? So you need to do like your hygiene, your soul hygiene. So every day you do, and you choose what works, but like consciously, either through meditation, through qigong, some, even in the shower, like many times mentioned, that you go and take that shower and actually imagine everything like cleansing you, right? And then once you do that, obviously if you're in your own space, you might not need to do that for a while, but if you're going out to the world, you can imagine. And there's also like physical exercise that you can like lock your energy somehow, like imagine it's like a sleeping bag. You can decorate it in your mind, make it rainbow, but it's kind of like you're mentally, in a sense, creating that image that you're like in the bubble, like a full of light bubble, that whatever energy is trying to get into that space, it will bounce off because you have that light around you, right? And obviously you also do stuff to raise your energy, which Dr. Joe's meditation, they do that, raising to that higher frequency of gratitude, of joy, of unconditional love. So, but as far as my experience, I'm not sure if I was ever, like, if I'm meditating, I have thoughts. So it's not that I'm in a negative energy that just it's just that in the beginning it was much harder. Now it's a little better. I'm more of an observer, but they just keep coming, repetitive stuff. So I'm able to let them go and just observe them. They not necessarily bring as much negative energy as they used to, but I never really felt very like pulled by that energy. I more of a on the mental level observe it, but I did experience many times releasing stuff. But it was more through the meditation, like walking meditation or stuff that, or on the moments when there is a full moon or something, there's some kind of energy that I respond to, and it's that water in me. So many times I just cry and I feel like something is coming out. So I don't know if it was very, very old pain body or it's just pain body of all women that go through, menstrual cycle and stuff, through the moon and like maybe, but I feel it going through me. And I guess that's what I would say. What would Dr. Joe would say? Maybe just raising the energy so the lower frequency energy will not get you. And like you said, Poonam, cutting the cord constantly. If you notice something, just get into that present moment. Realize that nothing from the past can touch you. Be that sweet spot of precious, generous present moment, through breathing, through paying attention to your centers. Just be, what Eckhart says, very, very diligent about that sort of presence. Just cut everything, all the stories that try to come, don't give it any attention. Just let it go. Surrender. But don't let yourself be pulled into that. So I do have I think I asked that of Lakshmi once in the past, but till this day, I still have it in a form, like when I meditate, even to the count your blessings, I sit or lie down. Mostly, sometimes at the end when I lie down, and I guess in that brainwaves energy, I get almost my whole body like shakes. Like it's like someone takes the sheet of sheets and just like tries to shake it, and then I feel like I'm lying, and all of a sudden my body just like moves, boo, like for a second. It's not unpleasant, but there's like a wave I'm feeling of like a cold shower from inside me, and then just thing release, and I'm good.
Anytime you feel cold during meditation, it is releasing of the fear energy.
Wow. Thank you, Lakshmi. Yes, I think you mentioned I'm wondering if it will ever stop. Again, especially when I'm lying down. When I'm sitting, it's not that much. But when I'm lying down, I feel there is this moment when it just goes through me, like almost like I'm being struck by electricity. Like when you touch with wet hands, you touch the electric outlets, and you get like that. I get that, but it is cold, not hot. It's like a cold. So I must have a lot of
It's all
fear.
good. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all release.
used to. Yeah, I just like, okay, it's happening. I'm not controlling it. Just go through it. So I surrender. But
Yeah.
I really never had the warmth. Maybe because even now when it's so cold outside, it was like -2 degrees here last week. Over the weekend was the record cold. I would just sit under like blankets, dressed up in 4 layers, and I still felt inside my bones the coldness. So
You should have turned up the heat in your room.
I have candles. I have the heat on 68. I do not want too hot because then I feel nauseous and with breathing. So it's interesting because I can't do hot, like too warm for my like head, but as far as my body, it's always cold. Like my hands and my feet. It's just,
That's because you have your house at 68. When we have that kind of temperature, my house was at 73 degrees. And I actually lost my HVAC for a minute. It stopped working because HVACs here are not meant to
That's
produce that
powerful.
much heat, but it kicked back in. So
what did
beautiful.
Joe say though to that question? I'm curious.
That's what he said. He said this person may have negative energy, negative thoughts and negative, like he says, right? You have to monitor how you're thinking and what you're feeling throughout the day. So this person may already be thinking and feeling negative all throughout the day. But, since we know how we all have experienced the pain body, right? We kind of know that it's more than just thinking and being in an emotional state of negativity. It could be that that person has a heavy pain body. Then where are they living? Are they living in an area or living around their relatives? Like maybe, like my son has a heavy pain body, so I'm living with somebody who's a heavy pain body, right? So then that affects, if you have a pain body and you're living around people that have a heavy pain body, then it's going to affect you, right? So beautiful, beautiful feedback, Patricia. Thank you so much. Grateful as always for your contribution. I was the one that told you that always come back home and shower so that you wash off the energies. Actually, Sadhguru is the one that has said quite a few times that I think when he does a lot of rituals or this thing, he may shower like 3 or 4 times a day, right? So I feel it's a very cleansing act. Like if I go to work, when I come back in the evening, the first thing I do is go shower, and then I'll start eating or cutting up my fruits and my vegetables for my breakfast the next day. So
Lakshmi mentioned about grounding too, when you work with energies. And Sadhguru said something that was powerful. And I remember he said to make sure you get in touch with all 5 elements daily.
mhm.
With fire, with water, with air, with
Right.
ground, with earth, and the energy of the space. It's very important, he said. It's just because if you miss one of the elements, it's just you're unbalanced. So it's good to have. So I started, obviously I take showers daily, but I also, breathing, exercising, with my feet on the ground, lying down after my yoga or qigong, but also burning candles, not scented, of course, because I know they're bad for you, but just plain candle. I got like a multi-pack of 16 of them at Michael's, and just always, even now I have a little, I don't know if you can see, a little candle sitting next to me. And honestly, I feel so much better. I just come home, start, even in the morning when I do my celery thing, I just, burn the candle with me in the kitchen. It's so just peaceful, and I don't know, there's something very powerful with that little candle. So
The other thing I've heard Eckhart talk about is good evening, Francesca. Thank you so much for joining. Eckhart says, I've heard him on a couple of talks where he says, don't watch horror movies because horror movies have that negative fear fear inducing this thing, right? So he says, don't watch horror movies. For that matter, I don't watch anything, like I don't watch TV. So I don't watch like movies or drama, or it's been so, it so happened now my son is 28. For 28 years, because he was a baby, I could not watch, like I would turn off the TV because I didn't want him to watch adult, like whatever we are watching, right, as adults. So I would play some children's programs or something. So somehow slowly I got disconnected from watching regular television, right? Like what adults watch. So, and then I stopped watching movies, I stopped watching, so I don't get into any of the emotional drama, even that's playing in a movie, right? Because sometimes movie has this villain or this thing, then
Always, right? Hero story.
the protagonist and is fighting and all that. I don't watch any of that, that you're hating somebody or you're loving somebody. So the emotional, that gives a lot of emotional stability as well. So watch the content that you're watching as well. I think Francesca actually mentioned it last time y'all were not here on Facebook Live. She mentioned that she's very careful about what she posts on social media, what she reads on social media. So I would say leave alone social media, watch what you're doing on television. I'd much rather watch sports, which is, it has some emotion, but not to the degree that movies, like if you watch soap operas, especially, right? The Bold and the Beautiful, or what, like somebody's manipulating another person, whatever is going on, right? The manipulation, the sinister backstabbing and all that is going on, then that feeds into our negative energy, I feel. So the question, Francesca, I'll let Francesca speak to this. Somebody asked Dr. Joe on a Dr. Joe Live that when they go in deep into meditation, into the void, negative energies get stuck to them. And so they're so scared of now, because they feel the negative energy gets stuck to them. Now they're scared of doing the meditation. So they don't want to do the meditation. So we talked a lot about what are the potentials or possibilities of getting negative energies stuck to us. So if you wanted to speak to this. We talked about the pain body, that they may have a heavy pain body, right? Thank you. Grateful.
Thank you. That's literally what's happening. It's the pain body. And that what they're thinking is literally only a thought formation that feeds that pain body. So in a way, it's, the ego doing everything that it can to keep itself separate. So it's going to try and deter the person from doing what they should be doing, what we're all be doing. So it's really using itself as a deterrent. Actually, it's the genius of the ego, really, because it's brilliant how it does that. It knows exactly what to poke at to deter us from the path. It knows exactly, because it knows us more than we will ever know ourselves, right? And when I hopped on earlier, I heard you guys talking about, mindfulness, or in relation to what you consume. And it's interesting that their pain body is, doing what it does, the ego mind deterring them from doing something that's positive, right? Because it might feel good or whatever they might get out of it, versus in their day-to-day life, they might be somebody it's not just like what we watch and so forth too, it's also what we listen to. What content do we listen to, the music, the words in the music that we're listening to, the frequency of the music that we're listening to, so it's what everything that really comes in through our senses, right? We can either listen to and consume pain body content, like social media going crazy right now with negativity when it comes to injustice and human rights and all of these things that designed to fuel the pain body feeding itself negative because it feeds on negativity. It's addicted to negativity. So it's just keeping this pot like stirring, it's just whirling, and every, majority of people, I can't say everybody, majority of people are like getting consumed and pulled into, hooked into the feeding frenzy. It's like a buffet of negativity. And then there was these monks that suddenly popped up and they're walking for peace. And all of a sudden it shows, oh my God, there is another possibility. Not just show it, they were demonstrating it because they are an emanation, like they demonstrated skillful means. They are emanating the peace that's within them that they've cultivated, through their daily practice, meditative practice and the wisdom to be able to even come up with an idea that, oh my goodness, I'm going to go do this walk for peace, and I'm going to walk from Texas to Washington, D.C. And to be able to maintain that discipline, that stillness, that presence, no matter what anybody was doing. And there were days when they had people spitting on them, doing all sorts of stuff. And no matter what, they maintained that stillness. My God, if that doesn't say skillful means, I don't think anything else in my lifetime on this planet will. Because, that's the depth of what's required if we're going to make a difference, if we're going to have, world peace, like that everybody wants to have world peace, we have to show up for it, right? And to the beautiful being that, the ego mind is just literally just tricking them into thinking that it's a thought. First of all, it's a thought formation, and that's not true. And if, it does require practice, and practice means when that thought formation comes up, to like freeze your nervous system, and now you're developing a fear of, doing this specific meditation. Sit with that, witness it, witness the mind, witness the thought formation as it's arising, and just really breathe with it. It will eventually pass like the clouds, thoughts come and they go, right? And I think probably a deeper practice for this person, whoever they are, is to try connecting to the inner body and to their breath, and moving your attention. So, okay, I'll move your attention to your breath. Allow yourself to breathe. Long, slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And stay focused as much as you can on the breath, and the mind will drift, and you might feel scared. Thought formation will, when the mind drifts, I mean thought formation will arise. And sometimes that will pull you out of your attention being on your breath, on your inner body. Recognize that. Don't be hard on yourself. It's okay that the mind drifts. It's the nature of the mind to do that. So even when you're doing Dr. Joe's meditation, remember, it's the nature of the mind to come up with all sorts of formation to distract you, to deter you. Just witness it, recognize that this is what's happening, and use your breath to return to present, and just keep trying. And it might mean you have to try, depending on how dense your pain body is. It might mean you have to try 100 times or 1,000 times over and over again, but that's the heart of the practice, is coming back over and over, returning over and over again. I was late today because I don't know if you guys joined, if you guys were able to join the Walk for Peace meditation. Oh my God, it was the most powerful 90 minutes of like, oh my God. So that's why I'm wearing all my colors. I have all my shawls. Yeah, I did the meditation, and then yeah, I had my Zen sit for half an hour after that, and then I popped on here. So I apologize for being late. Yeah. I hope that answers the question. Did I answer the question? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, because I'm still not fully engaging this as yet. I'm
Perfectly answered, Francesca. Beautifully answered. Grateful, eternally grateful. Thank you so much for your presence. I also remember, Patricia, like one of the workshops, April had this meditation where she put like a silver dome over us, and then she walked us through like I don't know, like that dome is going to be the protection against energies, right? So that's something that people can do as well. I will message April and see if she's willing to record that meditation, like record a meditation and that I uploaded to our YouTube channel, right? That exact meditation where it was beautifully guided, right? Remember, Patricia? I played it. I remember even after the workshop, I played it a few times before.
Yes, April did an amazing job. I know, was it the workshop that she was not able to join and it was pre-recorded? Or she did it live? Because
I thought it was live.
Hmm.
Because I remember seeing sitting, closing my eyes and sitting, and her guiding us towards the thing.
Yeah, she does
Like
it
picturing
every
a
time.
dome, and that dome acting as a protection mechanism, right?
Yeah,
So
even I know, I'm not sure if that was the part of the same one that I imagine sometimes when my daughter, she's now also far in college, so when I know that she's not feeling good or something, I just close my mind and like wrap her around in this white light blanket that's like healing and stuff. And I've done it a lot and I loved it, like doing that, because I can't do anything else. I mean, I sent her supplements and she's only took a couple of them and then she forgot about the other ones. They're very expensive. I'm like, I shipped you the supplements and you chose which ones to at least take them. But, I'm not there with her, but at least with the energy when I'm sending it to her like that,
it
it's just
helps.
beautiful. Yes. I don't know if it helps her, but it helps me, not worrying that I actually can do something to send her love and that healing light.
I love the walk for peace meditation. It was really incredible seeing them going through the different states and actually walking through all the ice. We were like hunkered down at home just because it was cold weather, and here they were like safely walking in that ice and snow.
I
And
missed it. I signed up for it and I missed it somehow. I don't know how I missed it.
it was videos were posted throughout the whole duration,
yeah,
109 days. It's like
yeah.
this is their 109th day, right?
Yes. Today was the final day, and so they were at the Washington Lincoln Memorial, and then they walked over to Washington University, and that's where they held the meditation, the global meditation. So
Yeah, I only
all
saw that one. I only saw invitation to that one global, but I'm sorry that I
Oh
missed.
yeah, they posted the link, but then they were like an hour late because they have to walk from the link because they walked from the Lincoln Memorial to the university. So it was kind of hard to calculate that time, but it did happen an hour later. It was live streamed on YouTube and also on the site of the
Walk for
Buddhist,
Peace.
space that
So that was
hosted that.
the Eckhart, right?
No,
It was
That was
Eckhart.
Eckhart.
Eckhart?
no, it's
No.
this Buddhist monastery in Fort Worth, Texas, that decided to do a walk for peace 109 days ago. So they were like a group of Buddhist monks
From the
that-
monastery,
from the monastery that walked from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. just for peace.
Also, maybe I'm talking about something else because I thought it was Eckhart's picture.
No.
No, Eckhart was this morning. We did have the community teacher of presence community gathering this morning as well. And then they usually host two in the same day, so they had one this afternoon as well too. And
How is that?
Oh,
How is the
it was
teacher?
It was absolutely beautiful. He talks about it was all about presence, and thoughts not, conditioned, but are being mindful that our thoughts aren't, conditioned by the past, or that it's not, contaminated by emotions, because when it is, then, it's not realistic, really, right? It's so yeah, a lot of his talk reflected, he talked about wisdom, which is the ability to see things in its entirety, for example, from the entire context, because wisdom, it's created by intelligence, which emanates from stillness, right? And then he gave example of Einstein, right, who actually had that ability, right? And many other, brilliant scientists, of course, in the world that have that, wisdom, not just intelligence, right? And he explained, that of course, wisdom, as we know, is the highest form of intelligence. And he was giving us like pointers, the most, for me, the biggest one was, really the reminder of voluntarily relinquishing the thinking mind. And then when by doing so, gradually, presence arises, whilst a personal sense of self starts to shrink. So it's kind of like the heart of the practice in a way. At least for me, that's what it feels like anyways. And yeah, somebody asked the question. Actually, hang on, I'll read the question because it was funny. It was the shortest, easiest answer he's ever given, I think, in the history of all his talks. So the question referred to, mass extinction events. So if the earth, and so the person said, so Eckhart, if the earth and all life forms were eliminated, so like aliens, everything, like every life form in every dimension, everything just eliminated, right? Will universal consciousness continue to exist even if all life forms is extinct? And Eckhart is like,
Yes.
It's like, that is the easiest question, the shortest. Yes. End of question, end of answer. So that was funny. He wrapped up with that.
The way I would have responded to this person would be is that if they would remain in stillness, the answer would come to them themselves. This yes would not be a conceptual yes from Eckhart saying yes. Right? If we are in that degree of stillness and in touch with that divine,
you would not have to need to ask the question.
You will know. Yes.
That would be my response. That would be my response to this person.
That's how he ended Power of Now.
When you no longer have that question, how will I surrender? when you no longer have that question,
The question, yeah.
right? Why I see you've joined. Thank you so much, Francesca. It was I feel that whole Walk for Peace actually brought so many communities together. I saw little kids handing fruit, bananas,
God.
and all that, right?
Oh my God,
Um,
I cried every single day witnessing the effect of that, what they were doing. Like they were that, the stillness with that was that powerful. It penetrated everything. It didn't matter what religion anybody was,
Right.
nothing. All the faiths came together, all the churches opened up
Right.
their doors to allow them to sleep there, to allow them to rest there, you know,
Right.
to allow them to do their talks from there if they needed. Like it was absolutely incredible. Like yesterday, I said it was the first time in history I've witnessed a cathedral full of Buddhist monks. It was quite a sight, you know, when they went to the cathedral yesterday. It was absolutely, yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. Like people dropping on their knees just from the mere, you know,
Right.
emanation of that presence and in gratitude. And here, the beautiful thing for me, the highlight of it all that I witness is that, you know, despite the horror that's happening in the US, and no matter what we've seen on social media, at the heart of every single American that showed up for all 109 days, and there were thousands of people walking with them every single day from every walk of life. No, didn't matter. Everybody just showed up. So it showed me at the very soul of every being. You know, not only is that, and this is why I cried every day watching, like children, old, you know, young, old, everything. At the depth of their soul, everybody is yearning for peace. Everybody was reaching out for that peace. You know, everybody really, no matter what's happening on the outside, within, they are yearning for that peace. And so the monk, you know, showed them like, you can do this. Like he guided us through out there for time to time on the walk, where he would guide us through, you know, different meditations to allow people to experience that stillness. And today the whole 90 minutes was like, oh my God. I've never, like I've sat in a lot of meditation. I've never felt 90 minutes where like you actually, you know, other than when Eckhart does, you know, when we're all in stillness, other than Eckhart's meditation, that's the only other time where I've felt that depth of stillness and like just that light, like for so long, for such an extended period of time. And there was no, you know, and we were chanting. First we chant. Can I share the chant? Actually, it's really short. Yeah, and this was so we did one for ourselves, then we did the one for all of humanity.
Yeah.
May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be free from conflict. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from danger. And may their body and mind be at peace. And there's one word that I'm forgetting, it's not coming in. Because all that's coming through right now is may all beings be free from conflict. And the thing that wants to come out of me wants to say, may all beings be free from judgment and conflict. But he used a different word, and conflict, and the word it's not coming through right now.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Francesca. Grateful for it. Wyatt, I know you joined and we were all about to close, so I'll let you speak.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Well, I'm so My life is about beingness each day. I bring that into the hospital and I hold the space open and I watch everyone and what's going on. And I don't control it. And it's a wonderful freedom for me. And I'm not my older sister. I'm not her caregiver. And whatever will happen will happen. And you know, and that's it. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'm just so grateful to live that way more of the time. The meditation is just really wow. And I'm eternally grateful to you, Poonam, for all you've done for me. And thank you. Thank
You
you.
should be eternally, I would say, you know, all of you. I think
What?
I would say you, Patricia, all of you should be eternally grateful to yourselves
Yeah.
because y'all have taken the time to dedicate, like show up. I mean, it's been like 3 or 4 years. Patricia has showed up week after week for this Facebook Live, right? If you
Yeah.
don't invest, and that's why Dr. Joe and Byron Katie call it, it's called doing the work. If we don't do the work ourselves, we are not going to make a shift in consciousness. In just reading posts, just joining a social media
You're right.
platform, just joining Facebook and reading posts is not doing spiritual work. The spiritual work is actually sitting down and doing the work. Like
Yeah.
Francesca said, it's like 90 minutes of meditation. You sit still, you join a group meditation, you sit
Yep.
still in that meditation, right? So I'm eternally grateful to all of you for the work that y'all are doing, choosing your divinity over your humanity. With
Yeah.
that, go
Hang
ahead,
on.
Francesca.
Sorry, I remembered a word. May all beings be free from resentment and conflict. So may all
Beautiful.
beings be free, yeah, from resentment and conflict. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings be free from mental suffering. And may all beings be free from danger. And may all beings, may all minded beings, experience well peace. But
Beautiful.
it's so interesting. I'm losing the first part or the last part.
You know,
You know,
oh, go on.
go ahead, Wyatt. Go ahead.
So what you just said, is exactly what I needed to hear. And the value from it is that it brought the focus back to where I need to have it.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Because our ego mind will take us places where you know, this identity that the ego seeks, it can cause a lot of havoc. What Francesca was saying, right? This is what Eckhart, his main teaching is once presence arises, we no longer are, the choices we make are imbued with wisdom. There's a difference between intelligence and wisdom.
Oh, yes.
And the difference is intelligence is clever. Wisdom is right action.
Yeah.
It's action out of integration of your inner beingness with the divine, with your higher self, whatever you may call it. Your inner being one with the higher self, one with the divine, and then that wisdom flows in that decision. There is no guilt, there is no shame, there's no blame. When you make the decision, I don't need to be the caregiver of my sister. No guilt, no shame. I don't need to. I need to do my work. I need to go sit in my meditation. I need to do my beingness so that I can bring that beingness to the world. That's where I am contributing more. That selfless giving is what I'm contributing more. But the ego will say all kinds of things to train us, trick us into thinking something else is more important than the beingness. And I wish I knew this. I wish I knew this as a child. I had this epiphany this last week. So in India, we have like when you're going to school, there are different levels to the board exams that we take. One is called SSC, kind of board exam. One is called ICSE. The other one is called CBSE, right? So the students that do the ICSE curriculum it is like one of the toughest curriculum in India. Actually, when I was growing up, I don't know if there's more tougher curriculum now, but it is one of the toughest curriculum. I remember as a child, I was so identified that I was doing the ICSE curriculum, and I was like top in my class time and time again, like first grade, second grade, third grade, I was topping in my class. I was so identified with that thought that oh, look at me, who is going to this school, this prestigious school, doing this toughest curriculum. Look how great I am. I can remember the child that had that type of thinking when I take myself back to the second grader, the first grader, the third grader, the third grade student that I was. That is who I was. That's how intelligence is. It's clever.
Very clever.
The cleverness and the manipulation. And guess what? So by fourth grade, my mom and dad separated. And my mom put the fear in me. She said, my dad moved to another city. And she said, look, if you go live with your dad, you will not be able to continue in the school that you're continuing. And I was so identified with the school that I was continuing in, right? I was so identified with being the best student in this toughest curriculum that to hold that identity, I said no to my dad. That's how separation, how the ego separates. And my mom's egoic pattern knew that manipulation, that she could use. It's like a blackmail, right? And you're blackmailing a 8-year-old child or a 7-year-old child. What age are you in third grade? 7, 8 years old? You're blackmailing, you're manipulating and blackmailing a child, 7, 8-year-old child.
Yeah.
And gravitating that child towards you so that she could protect. I mean, we could think that she's our protector. She's going to keep us, but that's just out of that identity that look at me. I'm in one of the toughest curriculum in the best prestigious school in the city.
Yep.
So don't get into that intelligence fight. And it is such an embracing of femininity, the feminine energy, Wyatt. The more we surrender, the more we get into gratitude, the more humble we get, right? I have become so much more feminine. Like I may be in a female body, but the femininity that I have now, the yin, as Eckhart says, the yin energy that I have now, I did not have this let's say 20, 30 years ago. And
Yeah,
that's just out of this practice, right?
Me
It makes
too.
you so beautiful. That feminine energy makes us so radiant, so magnificent. The
Mm.
magnificence of the soul just shines through when we embrace the feminine energy. And that's what I would say is embrace the feminine energy in you, Wyatt,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
With that, let's close. Let's close because it's getting late. I know Patricia's about to fall off that chair, and Francesca needs to be in her bliss of her 90-minute meditation. So I'll let you sit in that bliss, Francesca. You just look glowing and radiant. So thank you for choosing your divinity over your humanity, everyone. The meditation will be short when we do the Friday meditation because I have to work. We may watch a quick video, but we'll make it short. And with that, many blessings, everyone. Good night.
Blessings. Thank
Many
you all.
blessings. Eternally
Bye-bye.
grateful, everyone. Thank you. Bye.